Assalamu alaikum. You all may be seated. First, I'd like to thank you all for coming, those that are here. And we usually open up the floor for questions if you want to question me and find out some things, understanding of what you already know. First, I'm going to say a few words, hoping that you all understand. I hope I say it in a way where you can understand it, not go home and have to hash over it. I want you to understand it today. That's how close you are, the urgency of the time. We got quite a few visitors. I think it's been, what, about 5 or 6 years since we was here? It was pretty good the last time. I wonder if the brother showed up that was going to court. If you were here, let me see you. Now, the last time I was here, someone was going to court. He wanted me to help him in court. So I told him I would. Quite sure it worked out all right. However, we're in another different kind of court now. Court of survival. Out of all of the things that one should want to be or experience, is being recognized as to who you really are. And that, if you're a man child, you should want to be recognized as a man. And the sisters should be want to recognize as the wife of the man. Most of us, how many here that came under the message or know something about the message? Well, I'm going to say a few words to you all. I hope those that didn't understand or follow. It was promised that we would have money, good homes, and friendships in all walks of life. This is what Allah promised us through the messenger. We would have money, good homes, and friendships in all walks of life. We don't have it yet as a people. Those that are with me, we are about to witness the money and the good homes and the friendships in all walks of life. There's always got to be one that goes forth and get everything started. And that one has to represent the idea properly. Those of us now that have any idea what money really is and what it does, it's because you either work hard for it, and even if you say you stand on the corner selling death to our people, just the atmosphere that you got to do that in is stressing. It's a stress on you because you're always looking over your shoulder. You never know who's purchasing it. So there's always a pressure on you. That's one way to make money. However, you don't have no time to do anything else. You don't even have time to think. Because the man that's got you making the money has got everything planned out for you. He knows what time you're going to get up, what time you're going to go to bed, how much money you're going to make even if you're selling drugs. They already know. And if you get too big, they lock you up, take all your money. You don't take your business, give it to somebody else. Now, there has to be a way where the promise that was made to the ones that came under the messenger to be made real. Money, good homes, and friendships in all walks of life. Well, you may ask, well, where would the money come from? After hearing that or being told that we don't work for money. Matter of fact, we don't get paid for anything we do because it's right to do it. And when you do something right, you don't get paid for it. The right that you're doing pays you. If you got to get paid for it, then right don't have very much to do with it. It was a coincidence, happenstance. If you're doing something right, even if you're making money, if you're doing it right, the rightness of it will bring you the money. All right? Money, good homes. We have a whole continent of ourselves, black people, that is actually in charge of the continent. At least they look like they are, they should. It's the continent of Africa. They are our parents, whether we want to accept it or not. And the land that they have, or that continent, is rich. This over here has very little riches as far as natural things. The richest things this area has of this country is you, the black man. If you were to disappear by some miraculous intervention, they would get sick of themselves and start to lose everything they got because they unite on wrong. And if you're not around to hold up their wrong, then they're like the Ebola, start eating on themselves. It'd be just a matter of time they wouldn't exist anymore. So the money that we would receive, you would have to be in a position to warrant it. Because the money is not for you as a particular person to go out and buy things from your own personal want, especially if you haven't been taught. Because what you want is really death. What you want now. What you want by nature hasn't been presented to you. It has. However, in your mind or thinking, it has not equaled what this world has to offer to you. I want to make sure I was seen. So therefore, anything that right has to offer you at this particular time, you may glance at it, but you keep moving. Much like I do the devil. I see him. Books say I wink at him and keep on going. Because he's not doing anything that is lasting. Nothing. So there has to be a way where we can actually experience the promise, since God himself promised it. God promised this. The same God that promised the open enemy, you can have 6 days to rule. I won't bother you. Do whatever you can do. And during the 6 days, rename the angels. Do your thing. And at the end of that, on the 7th day in the morning, I will come and put you to rest. And at the time, you will have my people in such a way, when I do show up, you're going to want to curse me. My own people, not other people. The enemy is not going to curse me. He got better sense. But he had you to do it. And he stand back and look and say, well, I didn't curse you. That was your people that did it. But it was him that taught you. And we are doing this today. I hope you all listen. I really hope you listen. This may sound very, very juvenile, insignificant. It's just as important as the cry of a baby. What you're hearing now. Everything that you're hearing has to be made real. On my part, I have done it. For you to experience what I'm experiencing, I've presented an opportunity for you to do the same thing. You follow me? And this is needed. We are close to 35 million black people here in North America. Nobody sees you as a man. Nobody. And especially you. You don't see yourself as a man. And most certainly your woman don't. Because she calls the man on you every day. Most of you hung up with child support. Because the man is telling you what you better do. We got to be a man. God said we are going to be a man. That's what we got to be. He's making it possible for you to do that. And the first thing you got to do is start providing your own needs. You got to start providing your own needs. Food, clothing, and shelter. Well, the United Nations of Islam is doing that. Now it is time for us to start to express the money part. We are doing business in Africa with our parents. And the representatives from us has gone over. And they're so pleased with the person that we sent over that they're trying to give us more than what we are capable of managing. So by us being wise, we'll accept that we can manage, and we'll take the other and put it like an escrow. You know, waiting for you to come. Because you're coming. You're not going to make God a liar. You can forget that. I don't care how many schools you go to. I don't care how many leaders you had before you. Right on up to Minister Louis Farrakhan. I mean, the last recognized leader. If you living, you're going to need this. And if you're going to need this and you're still living, you're going to accept it. How do I know? Because at one time, we had ran the enemy from amongst us. Because he was our enemy. We didn't kill him because we promised him he could rule. We ran him from amongst us. He went and stayed almost 2,000 years in the cage. So when we finally did decide to go and keep our promise, he was glad to come out. He was glad to come out of the cage. He didn't like what we were saying. He didn't like what we were doing. However, it was better than what he was experiencing. So he called himself lying to us. Yes, I accept. I understand. I agree. If he agreed with what we taught him and what we showed him, we wouldn't be in the fix that we are today. So he lied, but we know him. That's his nature. And he's been your teacher for the last at least 400 years. Now, there has been no one, I hope you listen to this part, there has been no one from North America that has gone over into Africa to any country and presented to them what we have presented. And then they, in return, offer us more than what we can manage. I hope you listen to this. Right now, we sent our representative there, expecting that he would be there from 3 to 4 weeks. He's gone beyond that. They don't want to let him go. They want him to send for us to come, and he don't come back. Well, let me say this. I don't know if you all know about big business, but it has to be. If we're going to set up a situation for us as a people here in North America, first, in North America, it's going to take money, but not money where you go and work for as a servant, washing dishes, pumping gas at a gas station, cook in a diner. It's going to take money. And nobody's richer than us. Nobody. I say that again. Nobody is richer than us. And especially since you all have me. Especially since you all have me. I know where to put the buildings up. I know who to talk to. I know how to make people think the way they should think. And it's all for us. Am I making any sense? From this recent tragedy that we all have witnessed, there was very few to almost no black people involved. Or it was at such a level that it looked as though we don't have nothing to do with that. They don't look to us to ask us anything. They have a few that is in the public eye. Colin Powell, Jesse Jackson. They didn't ask the minister, but he just went up and said something anyhow. Because he made his own self king. So since he made his own self king, he does what he thinks a king should do. However, as far as the enemy that has caused this, he don't see you as nowhere. You're not big enough. You don't influence anything enough to even be concerned about you. That's a shame. And most of y'all go right along with it. I see black people right up down the street with their flags, just waving, as though he recognized your opinion. This is pitiful. All of this is being done in my presence. All of this is being done in my presence. And most of the black people are looking still towards white folks. And you don't see what's going on. How many people already knew about the United Nations of Islam before you came today? Some of you did. This is your first time? Is it your first time? I guess not. That's another thing. In order to be with the Supreme Being, you got to be able to think. You can't be a parrot, and you cannot be afraid. Fear is something you're not supposed to have. However, knowledge dictates how much you have or how much you don't have. If you're dumb, you have a lot of fear. If you have knowledge, there's no such thing as fear. You have respect. Because the knowledge is not going to allow you to get into anything that's going to bring about danger to you. Did you hear that? Well, since you don't have knowledge, that means you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You're always afraid. So I would suggest, that you all seek this out immediately and start doing what you know is right. Be a part of this. Well, let me get back to the money part. It is my will that we develop Kansas City, Kansas, in such a way that everyone will call it what we call it, heaven. That means having. We need to have housing. We need to have everything that it takes to support a people. Everything. That means activity. That means housing. That means transportation. That means communication. That means land. And that means respect. And that means contact. That takes money, more than what you all are giving. So as the money comes in, we put it in the right place. Then when you finally decide that you're going to come out to Kansas and see for yourself, I want to have on every main artery or highway going to Kansas, hotel, restaurant, and a filling station. If you're driving a diesel, we want to have diesel fuel, naturally gasoline. Now I'm going to have it spaced regardless of how far you have to come. Before you run out of gas, you're going to come to another part of your own facilities. It can be done very easily, very easily. The properties are already for sale. And if they're not now, just wait a couple of days. Instead of being for sale, they may want to give you something. However, they're not going to give it to a nigger. I'm going to say it again. The only thing that you're going to receive from them is death. If you're a black man, you receive from them what men do. Because when they see you as being a man, are you listening? When your enemy sees you as actually being a man, and he knows you coming up, and he's going down, he can want to make friends. Because he wants you to stop his downward spiral. So maybe you will take him up with you. That's the way men do. We experienced this already in heaven. Well, it was no longer than a couple of weeks ago, a white man came by, gave us how much land? This quite a bit of acreage. Just gave it to us. On the condition that we don't sell it. Don't sell it to nobody. If you're going to sell it, I'm not going to give it to you. What you all are doing is so great, I want you to have it. And on the land is pure, clean, fresh water spring. Just that alone is worth it. Just gave it. And advised us, hurry up and get a quick claim on it. And you all do what you want to do with it. I just do not want you to sell it. You see? He's Caucasian. He could give it to many Caucasians. He outnumber us almost 12 to 1. So he had plenty. You see what I'm saying? The man saw a man. And from seeing the man, he took what he had that would be a burden and gave it to another man. Man. If we were niggers, we would have gotten nothing. Because he had the land 50-some years or more. And the black people have been in Kansas all of that time. He didn't give it to not one. Hope you follow what's being said. We have quite a bit of gold that's in Africa. So much so that we have land with gold on it, and we're negotiating now for a mining company to come in and start mining it. Poor black man, you ought to own no mining equipment. So we're looking for a mining. We found it. Yeah, we found 2 or 3. So whatever one that agrees to our agreement or contract, those are the ones that we will use. Now they're bidding for it now as we speak. Also diamonds. Undetermined amount of diamonds in the ground. Guaranteed it's there. We already have the land signed, sealed, got the documents. We need now a mining company that deals with diamonds. The one that is bidding for the gold, they want to do both. The country itself that we're dealing with have drawn up a plan that wants us to develop their country for them. Their country, not the continent of Africa. That'll be coming also. You know, we got to get started in one place. The country wants us to develop their country. Wants us. I'm talking about you, black man, that has learned to think like me. They don't want no niggers over there. They had plenty of that. Because when they come over, they try to out-white whitey. Come with the most obvious tricks and think they're going to get something. And they end up being tricked. I hope you understand. In other words, there's a situation that presents itself now where you need to have an outlet. You need to have an outlet. If you can go into your mind and find out what organization, regardless of what it is, that represents black people, that has something set up for you for this kind of emergency. If you come up with one, let me know. I don't know of one. However, it's needed. And it's written in the Quran and written in the Bible or spiritual literature that when this is done, it'll be done by God Himself. It will be done by God Himself. Not talking about no God, Allah is in everybody. There's no one Allah, everybody is Allah. That's totally against nature. Totally against it. You will get nowhere with that. And we have living evidence that you've gotten no place with it because this has been said for some time now. And the ones that are saying it, we're ready to crisis right at the door. The door of disaster has opened. The dreadful door, the door that's been holding the dreadfulness back, it has opened. I'm here opening up the door right beside it of the glorious time. The great door. Right beside the dreadful door. Because you're so used to being dreadful, you're skeptical about the great. You're going to lose. And I mean lose miserably. You know why? Because I do have a limit to patience. I have a limit to tolerance. So much so that we put everything on a time scale. Everything. Everything is put on a time scale. So if you don't know me personally and know what I will accept or how long I will accept it, look at your time scale. Elijah, I'm going to raise you up. You go and tell your people that I love them. Follow you to me immediately. And after a certain period of time, Elijah, 40 years, then I'm going to test it once and see how many really wanted this. How many really wanted this? And after the test period is over with, we're going to bring a reminder to remind everybody, the righteous and the unrighteous, so that they may rethink their position. And at the ending of the reminding, I will come. And I'm going to bring you out, not the messenger, not a reminder, not no one else. I'm going to bring you out of that situation with great substance. I will do it. You had Elijah, he didn't bring you out. Warideen, he didn't bring you out. Silas hasn't brought you out. Minister Farrakhan hasn't brought you out. So it's written who's going to do it. God Himself would come and do it. I'm doing it. I'm saying these things this way because we've been baptized in so much stupidity. Truth sounds like a lie, and a lie sounds like the truth. But that don't change the facts. It don't change it. This haven't got nothing to do if you like me or don't like me. You need to eat. And you need to eat something that's going to stimulate your brains instead of just maintaining your body. That's spiritual food. You need to eat it. And you're not going to get it from no place with understanding that's in a mathematical way except from me or those that are with me. And it ain't got nothing to do with what you like or don't like. Before you were born, this is already written. And you can't make God a liar. You just can't do that. In a few moments, those of you that have questions, If you think that you really got something, you really want to see if I'm the man, the real man, I open up the floor, let you go for it. Because I know I am. And if you're going to make it, you're going to be with me, you're going to be a man like me. You're not going to be out working for money, although you will get it. First, we're going to teach you how to seek Allah in all of His righteousness. The kingdom of righteousness. If you're serious about that, then all of the other things is going to be added to you. And one thing about me, I never like nothing more than what I am to use. If it's more, I don't even like wearing an overcoat because I feel the weight of it. It got to be real cold. And I usually run from the house right to the vehicle, take it off. It don't feel right. So if I got more money than you, I don't feel right. If I'm eating, I know you're not. If you with me. Now, if I'm eating, you not with me, and you're looking crazy, I'm glad you started. Up for real. I just be having a good time. Look at them starving over there. Because you have no right to starve. What Satan has done is fixed you up, placed you before my face, and starved you right in front of my face just to make mockery at me. That's your people, God. But you so much of God, you can't get them. I said, that's not the case, Mr. Satan. All that is God enough to be with me, I got. All that is not, I gave them to you. Because I'm getting rid of you and they go with you. You might say, well, that's arrogant. It's not. What am I supposed to do? When I already know what this country's got in store for us. You've been seeing it all along. What you haven't seen is an outlet for you. If I'm speaking something that's untrue, and I want somebody to come and let me know. I'm going all over this country. I waited, and I waited. I went sporadically to different places, talked to a few people, got quite a few tapes out, just for people to see, well, there is another way. Now, just about every weekend I'm in another place speaking. I want people to see me. You might say, well, you want people to see you? Yes. That you think you see is wrong is not. If you're looking at me and say, well, he's minus a few teeth. He was written. This ain't no secret. It was written. The only man. You think about this. Picture yourself in heaven as what you think heaven is. And here's the Lord sitting on the throne. His chair, his seat is elevated higher than anyone else's, even if you're standing. And he has those standing beside him that are mighty men, mighty men, mighty men. And the question is asked from him. I have a book here. I have a book. Who of you? Now, they're already in heaven, so they got to be right people. They're already in heaven. They're not going on the way. They're already there. So the question is asked from the Lord, who of you is worthy to take this book? It is written that nobody said nothing. They started crying. You think about it. Think about it. They started crying. Why the tears? Because it's a hurting thing to see God denied. If you got any intelligence. It's a hurting thing. If you want to know, have any type of way to measure this, if you have a mother and you're very close to your mother, and it's something by you living right there with her, and she's asking something to receive something, you know the urgency of it. The person might not know, but you know. If it wasn't urgent, she would never ask for it. However, she's denied. First thing comes up to you, who are you to deny my mother? Don't you know? If she didn't really need it, she would never ask you. Picture yourself in heaven. The angels are all there. Nobody got up and said, I'll take it. They all started crying. Then, the angel looked around and said, oh, hold on. There's somebody going to take the book. But look at him. He looks like he's been slain from the foundation of the earth. And they stopped crying. They watched him. He went on up, took the book. He didn't ask him, well, I'll take it. He went and took it. Then after he took the book, he started to open the seal thereof. This is me. They said, it was a little lamb. I know it's me because I'm doing it. There's no one, if you want to know if I can open up the book or seals, whatnot, and a lot of you all are seals. When you come to the mic, I may open you up. Give you a reading on yourself, see what you think. However, I'd much rather you read the time and know what you got to do. Because it's not easy for a person that has not been thinking to start thinking almost rapidly enough to be up with what you're supposed to be doing. That's how close the time is. It was much like you laid in bed for a long time, or you had a broke leg or arm, and it's been in a sling for a long time. When you take the cast off, it's almost like it don't belong to you. Or if you lay in the bed so long one night, you get up, you're kind of weak and wobbly, you got to learn how to walk all over again. Can you imagine your brain that way? And it's got to kick in. If not, you're going to miss the bus. You're going to miss it. I ain't waiting for you. Because as your parents was under Elijah, they could have been. They could have been. And then from Elijah up until now, there's been enough things happening. If you truly seek out what is right, you would have found it. But most of you didn't seek it out because you thought you knew about it. But that's nothing. It's not going to be nothing no more than what it's always been. That's not the way it reads. You know, I got some sons myself. 7 of them. 6 mature sons. The book reads about the 6 candlesticks, the 6 spirits, or the 7 rather. I know who they are. And by the time it's going to take them to change their thinking around, to catch up, or to be with their daddy, every time they come, they're going to just miss it. You're going to do the same thing if you don't actually come to this, not to me. But if you don't come to this, you're going to miss it. You got to learn how to think. And that's what most of us don't know how to do because you haven't been doing it. I don't care how much money you got, that's not thinking, that's scheming. You have learned the trick, but you ain't learned nothing right. And don't tell me, well, my money's all made right. It is? Well, then God lied. He said money is the root of all of what? So if you got a lot of it, what have you been doing? And don't it read, it is as difficult for a rich man to get into heaven as it is for a man to go through the eye of a needle. Why is that? Or a camel to go through the eye of a needle. We know a camel can't go through the eye of a needle. You can't either. That's showing us some difficulty, isn't it? So I'm offering you money, good homes, and friendships on all walks of life. They are so ready to work with us because what we went with open hands. We said we ain't doing no shady deals. Ain't going to be no payoff under the table. It ain't going to be nothing behind the back. It's going to be all right in front. And we will write the contract. So if you agree to it, it's got to be right because we write it. How about what you got that you want to offer us? We're not going to let you write the contract and offer to us. You can do it. And we'll revive it. It's got to fit the way that it's supposed to be. And no one knows how it's supposed to be except me. Because I know tomorrow. They don't. I know tomorrow. You don't. Think about it. If you're not the God, and don't say you're a God. Everybody in here is a God. Even the white man's a God. And most all the Christians see him as God, but they say he's not. But they serve him like a man should serve God. But being the God, to come to take you out, black man, from under this 400 years of oppression, take you out with great substance hope these words weigh heavy on you. Take you out of the condition that you're in with great substance. And the only way you're going to do that is come into an activity that is making you independent. If the land will grow it for the enemy, it will grow what you need for you. You have to be determined that you're going to do it, intend it. Not sit up and want to be served all the time. Just go to the supermarket and get what you want. No, you grow it and make your own supermarket. And if you really are serious about it, we don't have to build no supermarkets. We don't have to build no highways. We don't have to build nothing. If I'm really God, we're going to take what's already built. I'm going to say that again. It's not going to be no dual partnership here. The right God and the wrong God ruling at the same time. You can forget that. If that can be done, well, day and night can exist at the same time in the same place. So if I'm the man, you don't have to tear the store down. You don't have to tear this hotel down. It's just going to be ran the way it's supposed to be ran until we're ready to get rid of all of the land. Are you all understanding anything I'm saying? Are you sure? Because I'll know soon you come to the mic. I thought about what would I say to you all because I've said so many things. I have a library of tapes that you could get and listen to. And everything is for you. There's an allotted time. I cannot express that enough. It's the same thing. There's an allotted time for you to be a child. You just can't be a child all your life. There's an allotted time for you to be a child, and that's it. Then there's an allotted time for you to be a youth. That's it. Then there's no measure put on you to be a man. You know, you be that as long as you live. And if you're a good enough man, you can determine when if you want to leave. If you don't want to leave, just keep living. Did I say that messed up or jumbled up? Well, the time is past now. We've had a man that has been able to keep me hidden very well. Like the white folks said to us in Kansas, you all are the best kept secret on the planet. You know, people don't know about you. We should write about you and talk about you until there's no need to do it. It's white people talk. And whatever you all do is going to be the standard for this country. I know that to be true because I'm God. And look what they said to us after the tragedy. After the shock of the hour. Those that knew us. We got calls almost saying, look, we're going to protect you all. We know you didn't have nothing to do with that. This is the enemy telling us. You see? However, the ones that's supposed to be receiving this, how many black people's in Louisville? Not for you to answer. But just look how many's in Louisville as opposed to who's here. Then when you come running, those that have money and think that your money's going to save you, it ain't going to work. When you finally decide, well, look, I know how I can get in with the United Nations of Islam. I'll offer them $1 million. I got 4 or 5 million. I'll just offer them $1 million. I'm saying, you waited too late. I don't need it. Do you need another $1 million? This is God talking to you. And I don't joke. Let's write something like this. I'm very serious. I didn't come here to make money. I showed up to get you. And before I even showed up, I owned everything. I own things that you don't even know exist. Don't even know exist. Have no, not even in your imagination, like the scientists said. We don't know what you're going to do. Your knowledge is so far-reaching, we don't know what you're going to do. We just know whatever it is right. I want to be close to you and make sure I'm living to see it. That's what, when I say scientists in the Bible, it reads the elders. When we say scientists, I'm talking about the men that rule the planet. Each one rules 1,000 miles of this planet. You got 24 of them. These are the ones. And they tell me, look, man, hurry up. Because the ones that are with you, we're already fighting about them now. Because we got so many gifts for them. We're trying to determine many of them that's with you. And we got a whole lot of gifts, so we're going to fight who we want to give the gift to. Isn't that something? And you don't even know nothing about this. You don't know nothing about it. And the gift they want to give you is not money. It's not a brand new car. It's not no big hotel or something. That's not the kind of gift. They give you gifts here. They give you power to do what you will where you can't be stopped. Even I won't stop you because what you will to do is what I will for you to have to do. That's something. You all got any questions for me? Regardless of what it is, I mean, I'm just your God. You know, that's written too, you know. If you read in Revelation, I'm your God, you my people. Yes, sir. You want to go to the mic because we want to get this on the on this. And when you're for real, when you come to the mic to ask the question, have it in your mind that you're asking God a question. So then you may respect the answer. Does that make sense? Yes, sir, brother.
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
Like I said, it's honor to be before God in person, sir. There was no God but Allah, Solomon.
Name Royall.
Royall. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are the 25th scientist?
No, sir, I'm not a scientist at all. I'm the supreme being.
Supreme being.
Which the book talks about, the new one.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not a scientist. I'm a scientist, you know, in the sense of a scientist, however, not in the sense of a scientist as compared to other wise men.
Yes, sir.
You know, a scientist always is going after something that already exists.
Yes.
Even if it don't exist, he goes after it in his mind through the agent of numbers.
Yes.
He signs up with that to see what he can produce.
Yes.
I'm a creator. I created myself first. Come to get you.
I understand, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Father.
Yes, sir. That was it?
That's it, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other? Oh, we got a short card. If you got any questions, come over, you know, to the mic and ask. Either side, male or female. Let me say this to you. I know y'all ain't that wise. I just know it. Because I'm looking at you. I know one thing, and I know this to be true. Are you listening? Are you listening? I know this to be true because I did it. The first scientist that showed up to me and started talking with me, and I started looking at him, man, why is he telling me these things? And how does he know this? So I sat and listened. Then I started adding up. And I started asking questions. He said, well, I'm not going to mind you asking questions because you're going to have a lot of questions. I said, yes. He said, yes, sir, you're going to have a lot. And as they come up, just ask. I asked about everything. I asked about a blade of grass. I wanted to know, well, why was the white streak down the skunk's back? Why did the snake crawl on his stomach? I mean, what is it? I mean, and why is it that the Black Panther is very seldom seen? Things that y'all wouldn't even think about. You know, you'd be asking about what's the number. So I asked about all forms of life, right on up until the black man and the white man and all in between. And how did the Indian get to be red since it's not a nationality? I mean, you can't graft a red man. You can't have no grafting. You can graft the brown man, the yellow man, and the white man. So how did this man get to be red? And why is it that the Chinese got this slant across the eyes? I mean, what's with that? And was the Brahma bull the first cow that you made, or was it that black Angus? Maybe y'all thought, well, how big is this mother plane? And can I drive it? No. I started from nothing and went right on up. And I don't care how fast I asked him the question, the answer was quicker. I said, my God, I got to think of some more. And every answer that he gave to a question I had, I still got it. And I saw him on the second or third occasion. I said, well, how is it that I'm so easy to remember this? He said, you have a photographic mind and memory. I said, I do? Yes. I said, I do? Yes, sir. You see? I still know it right today. word for word. But that's not necessary for word, but I still remember it word for word. I understand it. I understand it. So they were not God. From what he was telling me, I was sure looking at him. If you ain't God, you close to him. He said, no, I'm not him. I'm not close to him. I would like to be. I said, why is that? Are you saying that I'm God? Yes. I'm God? Yes. Man, I'm God. Some people in trouble. Because I don't know nothing. However, it went on that way. Right on up to, and I hope you all listen at this. I hope you all listen. I got a couple of people here that you should listen to this. And it's only out of love for you that I'm going to say this. That's to the black man, period. But a couple in here. Things are never done from the supreme or anyone that has supreme knowledge in no rapid manner. It is never no presto whammo. Because there is too many things that have to be around it to support it when you bring it into the physical. It just don't come up and be floating in space and nothing to support it. So for me to be in tune with what I'm supposed to do, are you listening? Now I'm talking about me. It also applies to you. Anything you want to do, you're going to have to do the same thing. In order for me to be successful and doing what I come here to do, there has to be some people that is directly tied to me or directly from me. I don't think y'all do. Directly. So as when I say, look, so-and-so needs to be done and show them how and why and even when. Are you willing to do this? I know you can because you've been with me long enough now. You have the knowledge and the capability of doing it because this is what you're supposed to do. Does it fit well with you? Yes, sir. Well, are you willing to do this? Yes, sir. When do I get started? What about yesterday? Yes, sir. So the ones that I got started with, because some people have no idea the time they're living in and how it is to be carried out. They did everything within their devilish power, satanic power, to make sure if I got it, I had to work overtime. Because what Satan knows, he already knows you. You don't know yourself. And when you decide that you're going to come and be with this, he comes on you like, bam! He said, oh, you decide oh, really? And since you don't know him, every time you turn around, the cops done stopped you. You lost your job. You broke your leg. I mean, all these funny things just drop out of the sky on you. Except the ones that's with me. Directly right with me. Right with me. He can't get to him because he can't get past me. He can't get past the order that I got set up. And number one thing that I have to do when you accept being with this is protect you. You know, the beneficent, the merciful. I got to protect you. And the protection is only for you, your growth, until you get large enough to start protecting yourself or get wise enough. You see? So the ones that started off with me, those ones that was tied to that, feel as though, well, I did a terrible thing. What would be more terrible? If I know that I had to do a specific thing and it was only going to cause you a little discomfort by me doing it, or would you rather I don't do it because you're going to be discomfortable and meet your death? Which makes sense. All right, then. Well, since I am Allah, and I hope you listen at this. I hope you listen. Since I am Allah, I'm doing exactly what Allah does. He don't seek permission from no one to do anything. If he's independent, then he's Allah. He begets not, nor is he begotten. So he don't go and ask someone's permission Do you think it's all right if I do so and so and so? If he do that, he's not allowed because they don't know. Are you listening? So those of you that are in here today that has had the opportunity for understanding and refuse to accept it because of a protest and to bring about hurt because of your denial, you're going to have to eat that. You're going to have to eat it. Especially when you see me or see what I represent with the people. You can never see nothing wrong with them. Never, never, never. Can't find it. You looking for it, you praying for it to make sure that you are justified in your own heart, that I'm justified for wishing bad luck on them. With all that intense searching, you can't find it because it don't exist. If you with me, you can't find it. So why would you persist on doing the same thing over and over and over and it ain't working? That's clear evidence that you're a fool. But that's what a fool does. He do the same thing over and over and over, and he thinks he's going to get a different result. Ain't happening. Are you all listening? I'm not calling any names and whatnot. However, this happens frequently. I'm talking about ones that's right with me. That needed to be so that this could take place. For surely, Allah, thou art praised and magnified in your midst. So I got to produce little me's, not babies. Because that's on the physical. However, the ones that's already here, you got to start thinking the way I think. So I'm magnified. Am I making sense? If that don't happen, your end is no secret either. It's already written. You're going to burn. And you're not going to be walking in, burn, baby, burn. You're going to be looking for some water. I'm telling you. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I heard you speak in Kansas City. And I came back to the city and I spoke about you. And I tend to think pretty simple. The word father, I said they call him father. Why? Why with that, why comes cope? Can you help me with that? Why father? Why the word father? Father, when you say, this is the father, in my days of living and watching TV and things of that sort, it relates to cult.
A cult?
Yes.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, the reason why, everything that people do is backwards. Most everything that has any real meaning is backwards. Father is the person that is first. And then, by nature, he takes the child or his wife or whatever farther. So instead of saying first father, just say father. That automatically lets you know this is the one in the beginning. Now the child has grown up to be a certain age now. The mother got to turn it over because she's not a man. She's not God. She's not a father. Can't be. They don't even have as much brain power in weight as the black man has or the man has or the black man. So she can't be. So therefore, the child has to be taken farther by the one that was first. So to describe that action, that process, is just called father. Father means first and farther. It's my idea to save you. I'm the one that's doing it. So everything that I'm doing, I'm giving everyone the idea of how to be saved. You get the idea. Then, after you hash over it and try some things in your life or whatnot, and you want to really purify yourself, I take you further by bringing in a situation or a system where you can actually, if you're going to be righteous, you don't have to go downtown, go next door, come here and wash dishes. Let's do none of that. And let your employee tell you, well, look, boy, you do this and you come here, so and so, blah. You cannot be righteous in this society. So I got to now provide an opportunity for you to be able to go and actually literally be active in something that's right. That's furthering the idea. So the person that does that is called father.
My last question is,
Did you understand that?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
You all
sir, I did.
understand it? All right. Yes, sir.
My last question would be, am I a God?
Oh, yes, sir. And what sense do you mean?
I'm just looking at the word God. I hear, well, I hate to say here, but I'm looking at you. You say you are God. Am I God?
Well, yes, sir. Let me clarify that. I am Allah. That's the proper title for my being. There are many gods. You know, you have God of righteousness, God of evil, God of wrong. You know, you have God of electric, God of fire, God of wind. You know, anything that you actually master and make it serve you, and you're the God of that. When you get married and you actually master your wife in a way where she serves you willingly, even if it's wrong, then you're her God. She treats you like that because that's how she sees you as God. So it means master. I am Allah, all in all. So you being a God, yes, sir. You may be a dead God, but you're still living. So if you're still living, we can wake up the deadness in you and get rid of it, and you be a God that actually can influence, make things happen. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here just to be Allah and nobody else. No, I'm not. No big eyes. Because math does not favor a person. If you're going to use math, the system that don't lie to you, it don't favor a person. If you white and doing something bad, whatnot, you use it, it's going to serve you. Just like the right man, or the right man comes along, the righteous man, he uses it, it's going to serve him. But if they try to say 1 plus 3 is 5, you can say that, do all you please. But however, when you get to the end of what you're supposed to do, you ain't going to come up right. Because it's not, it don't go with lies. You see? So in order for God to really be God to master anything, you got to stick with what causes a person to master it. That is math, not money. Money will come because of your proper use of the math. But that's not what you're going into it for. You see, when they first made that mural thing here, or even the post, they didn't make it for money. They made it because they wanted to erect the building. Then somebody else said, look, let's do it in mass production and charge other people so they can duplicate the same thing. So now you look all over the country, they got things like this. But they didn't do it in the beginning to make money. And to show you how they didn't, you're the one that built it. Brought you from Africa, put you over here, said, look, boy, go to work. Pick this cotton. Because he wanted to wear, cotton suits, silk suits. And you did it. Then you come up and say, look, man, I'm sick of picking cotton. I'm going to make you a cotton gin. You made it, he did it. So now, instead of making it for another world or another man, make your own. And when you make, you can say, well, up until now, until I showed up, that couldn't be done. The best you could do is go and get a patent on what you come up with and then sell it to somebody. Because you don't have no contacts. Like a brother over there in Texas, oil man, black man. Had all the contacts and everything. He got in touch with Hess Oil. They said this is a good plan. But we ain't making no nigga rich. No contacts. And that's the problem with us right now. You got no contact. If you know one white man, that's it. You need to have a network, a contact, something that's holding you up. So when you go to do something and one man say, no, okay, I understand, go to the next man. Or he'll say, I can't do it, but go to him. So that's what I have to provide for you. And I'm doing it. However, the people that want to come and take advantage of it, they think they know so much because they got a job. Keep on. See how long you have that job. And we just gave you a little taste a couple of weeks ago. Thousands of people being laid off. What do you think that means to you? You think you're going to keep your job? You walk in, the boss man is white, and his cousin walk in, he out of a job, he look at you and look at his cousin. How long do you think you're going to be working? But then if you can't pay your rent, how long do you think you're going to be in the house? You can't buy the food, then he say, well, look, you ain't coming over here. Like they do there in Cincinnati. Burnett Street. Burn down their own stuff. So now you really out. You got no place to go and you burnt down your own. He crossed town looking at you and said, dumb niggas over there. And this is real. This is real. So if I don't provide the opportunity, Opportunity is the word. Opportunity. Not that I'm going to build a house and put you in it. No, I'm going to make it where you can build it and go in it. Then this way, ain't nobody going to come and tell you, look, get out of the house. You said, for what? This is my house. From ground up. I own the ground. I own everything in it. I own it. Where you coming from? Oh, no, sir. Well, you got to go. Hold on. Father, there's an idiot over here talking about I got to get out of the house. Oh, really? Oh, where's he coming from? He says he's from the federal government. Put him on the phone. Oh, why are you running the brother out of the house? Well, we need this area. Oh, you do? Have you got another house for him? Better now. Not the same kind of house. You got to have a better one. Got to have the deed to it. Yeah, we got, okay, well, where's it going to be moved at? So, oh, no, he can't move there. I'm planning on doing something there. Move him over so and so and so. Okay, Mr. Solomon. Or they'll say, well, just forget the whole thing. But on your own, you call your mommy, well, son, I don't know, we'll get a lawyer. Who's the lawyer? His brother. And by the time you finish, he took all the money you got, you still got to move. So I'm providing an opportunity for the black man to be God like he's supposed to be and be respected. You see? If that answers your question.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Yes, sir. Well, salam. I hope it answers your question. Okay. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Brother Solomon, it's a great opportunity here. I'm happy that you have made this opportunity for me just to ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
What I would like to know is, the brother spoke on not having to sign any papers or be registered. So how do you participate with the new United Nations of Islam? How do you?
Well, if you're just going to just participate and not actually become involved in it, no, you don't have to sign anything. However, as it stands today, if you're actually going to have something to show that you really have accepted it, we have a letter that has to be written or copied in your own handwriting. That's the way the letter is written. And it is mailed to me. I have a secretarial staff that will go over the letter. If there's any mistakes in it that's different from the letter that you copied it from, you don't pass. You might say, well, that's easy. The first thing it shows you is very few people write it and it pass right away. Very few. Because they just take it like, well, we're writing a letter. What do you mean? You are writing a letter. Now, put it this way, you're not writing it, you're copying a letter that was already written. So when you go to copy it, most people, they forget to dot a line, they forget to put the period in, they forget to capitalize it, or they forget to try to loop the way it's supposed to be, or they put something in there that wasn't asked to be put in, because you're so fossilized in the way this world do things, and how college teachers do things, that it's totally backwards. So you send it in, and you get it back, you fail. What? I mean, that simple letter, you look at it, you see all the red marks on it, and you start getting upset. Well, damn it, I'll do it right this time. But what's happening is this. You have negative and positive in you. And as soon as you go to write this letter, negative comes against you because that's an opposition to it. Because you are making it known by your own handwriting that you are accepting right. So therefore, right away, you get a war inside you. I mean, for real. You get a war. So while you're writing it, you know, somebody might knock on the door. Yep, oh, you carry the wire too far. But you think, oh, that ain't too bad about that. So you finish writing. Nail it on it. Come back. Why is too far? You see, so it lets us know. Everybody that passed, it lets us know you at least paid attention one time. If you passed it, you paid attention. Now, there are those that said that they don't read cursive or write this way. We come up with another letter. In the near future, people will be coming at such a rate, we won't have time to write a letter. Right now, what the letter does is lets me know who the leaders or instructors are to be, so that they can guide the masses that come. You see? So if you just come and everybody, I say, okay, everybody, I love everybody, let's go. That ain't gonna work. Because you do not know what love is. Because you've had an overdose of lust and it's confused you what love is. Believe me. So when you come with this, To show you real love, I make sure those ones that have studied, have sent their letter in, and I protect you so you can learn. So when the masses come, you show them real love. You show them patience. You show them right. And you show them where you don't fall for anything that they say that or do that's wrong. You can understand it, but you don't go with it. You say, I understand, brother, why you're doing it. I understand why I guess selling and so forth. Well, I understand it. However, if you go make the right move, this is what you got to do. And I'm not going to go tell it on you. Because what we're in today, we don't tell it on you. You tell on yourself. You tell on yourself. So I don't. If you're unable to write it, then we have a system set up where you can come and recite it. And it usually be before someone that knows how to look into you too. If you are just a good actor, are you doing this for real? You see? So we got it set up for you, black man. There ain't no excuse. You can't say, Father, I would have been here a long time ago, but I can't write. Oh, really? Oh, did your secretary tell you? No, sir, Father. I said, hold on. I called the secretary up right then. Well, so and so was in the office, whatnot, and did you allow him to recite? Or did you tell him? Oh, yes, sir, Father, he didn't pass. Now, who am I supposed to believe? The one that I taught? Or the one that's saying that they did? The one I didn't talk? Teaching. And the teaching that I do with a person, they don't do things for me. Because they do it according to how they can think. If you can think right, that's what puts the fear into you if you're going to fear. It makes you afraid to do wrong. It makes you afraid to lie on the brother. But I can't trust the brother. I ain't never taught him. So if she or he says, yes, sir, Father, he ain't want to do it. I'm going to look back at the rest. Is that true? Most times they, well, yes, sir. And we got it set up.
So just for clarification, so what I'm hearing is that you can become a member of the new United Nations of Islam technically by doing the letter, copying the letter properly, or you can participate by working with the new United Nations of Islam, but you're not a member.
Yes.
You have those two options.
Yes, sir. You can do that. And we have two recitals that you have to do. First with the letter. Unless we have student enrollment, you got to recite. That's the spiritual part of why the nation exists. And then we have the general orders to let you know what the law is in the nation. So you recite those two. You don't have to recite all them other things like English lesson. You have to go through your English lesson C1. You have to do the whole thing. We only do the two because I don't have followers, so you don't need but the two. The ones that if I wasn't teaching you to be to be something other than a follower, then you have to do the whole thing. So what you remember could help to keep you in check. However, if I teach you how to think, forget remembering. If you remember, it's only to make sure that you advance in yourself in the present and tomorrow. So I just want you to know what the theme of the spirituality of this is, student enrollment. Then I want you to know what the law is. I walk my post in a perfect manner, keeping always on the alert. If you just do that one law, bad man. If that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
We got some heavy brothers in here. Not that the question wasn't heavy, but you can try them if you want to. Any other questions? Sisters? I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Walaikum salam.
Will you share with me what takes place when a person is walking or talking in their sleep?
Well, there's many things that could be taking place with that. They may have eaten wrong. They can get up and start walking around and still be asleep. Well, usually, now, listen carefully. Are y'all listening? Usually, if you're doing mostly what is right for your thinking in your body, when you sleep, your entity is supposed to leave. You know, like you park your car and get out, close the door and lock it up. But what you do now, you go in your house, lock your door up, go to bed and lay your body down. You lay your body down. you lay your body down or sit it down or place it in a place where it can relax and you can leave it. Sometimes some people are so possessive, they don't want to leave. They want to leave and don't want to leave. So in their process of going through the struggle, they're trying to leave, but they're carrying their body with them. So they never get to where they really want to go because the body can't go there. So now they're inside, talking. Damn it, how come I should be able to just fly on off and, you understand? You got to be able to cut it loose. I hope you all are listening. This may seem very simple. However, it's true. You got to cut it loose. If not, when you go to the doctor, they'll tell you, look, take this, take that, and you'll be able to do it. What they do is chemically separate you. So they have poisoned you, the body part. They will not allow the brain to keep the connection. So when the entity comes back to repossess your body, it comes in, it's almost like a hangover. You done drank all night. You said you was partying, having a good time. That's what you said. You lay down, get 2 hours of sleep, and get up in the morning, bacon is cooking. You think you're real hungry, man. You lay in bed smelling it, right? Because your wife got it going for you. Smell the biscuits cooking. She come in and call you already woke. Just laying there. Breakfast is ready, baby. You want me to bring it into you? Come in. Well, I'll come down and get it. Go to get out of bed and stand up and almost fall. And when you do it too quick, right away the headache comes. Bam! Oh, man. You got to pay for what you say you had a good time. Same thing with that medicine. When you come back into it, all day long, you just ain't quite right. I mean, maybe you started off on the left foot, you should have started on the right. You be thinking all kinds of things. Unless you come with me.
Well, what takes place if you're talking and something is revealed and then it happens?
Well, in other words, you got close enough to see. It's like walking down the hall here and you see the desk when you register, and and you leaving going down the hall, you just happen to be here and you look down and you see your husband with another woman registering at the desk. But you're not there at it. But you're close enough you can see it. Even if you holler, he might not hear you. You ain't gonna holler because you're gonna trail him to see which room you're going in. So, in other words, it shows you in the future, or even in the past, what really took place. You see, so when you come back into being conscious, you say, oh, I saw so and so and so and so. That's what happened. It's nothing mysterious about it.
I was wondering how people that do that are able to walk around furniture and different things and they're asleep.
Yeah, well, their eye may be closed, but the third eye is never closed. Never. I mean, I drive all the time like that. I'll be dozing. Run all around everything, whatnot. I don't never have an accident. Because I see. Your eyes is not the only thing that show you things. And it's good that it isn't, because you can always deny yourself. All you got to do is close it. The only thing you can do now is just get a little light. But you can't make out nothing because you're not taking it in. You shut it off. The third eye never sleeps. You can never shut it off. So if you're doing something and you're in that kind of realm, you'll be surprised what you can do and be asleep.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Now unless the entity gets mad with you, make you stump your toe and wake you up. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me here without me. My question is, I know things are based on science and math. And I know your program, and I'm not 100% familiar with it. But nature's always been a pretty good teacher in my life. Could you expound on how your program is for Kansas? I understand that Kansas is a very, very intricate place on this particular continent. I don't know what country it is in Africa, but I'm sure it's a certain reason why they are in the location that they are. How does the program fit in the cosmology of the universe, and how does it affect us as people?
Well, we need, like I said before, we need an opportunity for God to show himself that he's God. And we have taken the most unwanted place as far as it being Kansas and start to set up this particular system that would attract you so that you will come and check, even if you have to do it on the internet. When you check it on the internet, if it didn't exist there, it wouldn't be on the internet. So you don't literally have to come to Kansas, but you do have to see it, even through the net, literature, or something. And Kansas is the spot where we are. It makes us easy to take that because of the level of intelligence or the lack of it. So we haven't, what you say, really offended anyone or made anyone alert or alarmed them to, well, if we came in Louisville and set it up, they got too much greed of their own. Well, we can't let them have this block. I mean, my cousin next year is supposed to have that. You know, so we got to fight downtown. Yeah, it's not like that. You know, it's so wretched. They're glad we're there. And it's in the center of the country, you know, like your heart. I put it near. So what I'm going to be doing, or what I am doing, I'm driving everybody in this country, I mean, outside, in there, driving everybody. So if you keep living, you'll be there, maybe be a guide, helping people. And the countries that outside of here, that is seeking for us to come there to develop their country, I won't give the name at this particular time. However, these are people that we have set aside just for this. They've been there long enough that they could have gave or made a deal with the enemies like so many other countries in Africa has done. They didn't do that. They kept everything. And when we went there, they said, well, now we see why. Up until now, we didn't know why we were holding this. We didn't know why we didn't develop it. We don't know what. And when we got to the diamonds, we took care of that on a Thursday. And the next Monday that was coming up, the Germans were supposed to come in and make a deal for us. Well, we went in and told it, and she got word, the woman that owns it, got word from another person we were dealing with in the country. And she asked us to come. We went. And the lawyer that was there in her interest was watching everything. And she gave us the land. Gave it to us. With no money down. And the lawyer like they had us sick. Why are you doing this? I mean, you could be filthy rich. You know? But God sent him. Now I know why I could never give it to nobody else. I mean, God is standing here talking to you, but you're just thinking, God or praise. But she never saw me. Never saw me. And the representatives that I sent, I didn't say, look, don't tell them I'm God. They don't even talk about me. You just go there with your hands open, representing the United Nations of Islam. I'll do the rest. So she's 80-some years old, jumping up and down. So yes, sir, everything that I'm doing has already been mathematically calculated for the purpose of bringing the opportunity to you. I can't make nobody accept it, but you can't make me accept you. You can't come and tell me, well, I'm black, so, you know, you're doing this, you're doing it for black people. No, I'm not. I'm doing it for the righteous people. You see? So if you're just a black, you ain't enough to get. It just shows me that if you make your mind up to really be God, you're the best person that can do it. But you're not going to tell me, well, look, hey, I like what you're doing. I've been watching for 10 years now. I decide I'll come on in and I'll do this part over here. Really? You just going to come and tell me what you're going to do? I think you need, some more time and get it right. So yes, sir, all of the places that we have in motion, it has even quite a few people. Like I said, 10,000 angels here to usher me in. 10,000 angels to usher me in. To make sure nothing goes wrong when it comes to this. Nothing. Even the people that sit in here and think that they got the power to close their ears, and I'm not going to hear. I'm not going to hear. I don't care what he say, I'm not going to hear. I hope you don't. Because there's going to come a time I'm going to close mine. And I shall not hear your cry. And it's not a secret, that's written also. You came knocking. And I said, who is it? Well, I'm Mr. So-and-so, and so I don't know you. So the best thing you can do is get to stepping. I've been here long enough and suffered long enough for you. Each and every black man that breathes should know me. So you're not going to tell me that I've been here such a short time that you didn't have time to know me. No, that's not an excuse. That's an indictment on you. And you shall pay for that, whether you like it or not. I don't like giving it to you. However, everything got to be set up. Sometimes I don't like to go to the bathroom. It just ain't the right time. But I don't ignore it. You understand what's being said? So keep on pretending you got all this power. Keep on pretending. One thing about me, I don't pretend about nothing. Either it is or it is not. And anyone that's with me, anyone, I hope you listen to this. I hope you really listen. Anyone that's with me, I only allow them to experience discomfort or rejection from those that know them for a period of time. Even if the person that's with me wants to extend it, I cut it off. No. I'm not going to do that, because by extending it, you are making the person worse. And don't say this is something new. It is not, because it is already written. You're going to have to pay for some of the things your hands has done so that you might return. Might return. And if you don't, you're going to fry. You're going to cook. You're going to be just like the devil on Friday, cooking. Friday means I'm going to fry you. It's the sixth day. You got 6 days to live. After that, I shall come and put you to rest. And what day is that, God? Let's call it Friday, since you like the fish fry. You will be the fish. But y'all don't think that way. Yes, sir. Anything else? Yes, sir. I don't mean I'm going to fry you. Anything else? This is only urgent if you see it. To you. It would be less than being God if I didn't tell you. If you say, well, I'm looking for God, if I could just find God. I've been here for some time. Most people hear about me, whatnot, and they see me or hear, it sounds so simple. That can't be. That's too simple. Well, when do you come up with God is complex? Especially starting off from zero. Yeah, well, the messenger taught the black man is God. But you're still at zero. Yes, sir. Walaikum salam. Let him hold.
I had an experience over the weekend. I had a severe.
Hold the mic up.
I had a severe cramping of the stomach, and my inside looked like it was trying to come out. So I went to I told my family to call the paramedics, and they came and took me to the hospital. And while I was there, when they took my wallet, and I haven't received my wallet back yet. But just at the registration that took the wallet, and she, instead of giving it back to me, she walked out because she was indignant because I told her she wasn't pronouncing the right name. See, I have my Islamic name and also the slave name. I don't use that anymore. I got rid of that back in '77. So she wanted me to, she called me by the slave name. I told her, sister, I have my rightful name here. This is what I was expecting you to call me by, not by Mr. Charlie's name. So she took an attitude, and with that she walked out, and I still didn't get my wallet back, but all my credentials. So I was, since you Allah, I know there's no better hand to put it in to extricate this case than you.
Where you want your wallet back?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
Cincinnati.
Were you in your 70s or 80s?
Yes.
You in your 70s or 80s?
I'm in my 80s.
And this was over the weekend? You'll have it back by Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. How much time we got here? 10:30? All right, I got time for one more question. Quick. 9 o'clock. It's going to be a long answer. That's it? If that's it, I mean, we can call it. All right, well, I usually, your brother must have been with the messenger. So I'll do this for him. He already changed his name back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. So what, that 25 years later? Maybe you will help me get some people that's been looking for me. Because everybody that I know calls himself a Christian, a Muslim, or whatever, is talking about me. Every day, every second, it is talking about me. However, when I show up, they let me know. Don't you know it was only talk? We don't want you. It was only talk. We were just lip servicing. If we wanted you, don't you know we be doing right? We know how to do that. But do you see us doing any right? No. Well, what makes you think we want you? Well, why are you doing it? Well, to trick all the other ones that don't know. To make sure they don't want you either. Isn't that what Satan said he was going to do? Well, I said, look, go from me. He said, okay. I'll go up the line and wait for you. And by the time you get there, I'm going to have your people so messed up when you get there, they're going to curse you to your face. He didn't lie. He did just that. Back then, the statement was made he's going to go up the line. Now, this is up the line. We're here. So the people's talking every day. Oh, I love this and I love that and I love this in Jesus Christ and the Lord. Rah, 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 rah. I show up. Did you call me? You? No, I didn't call you. You said God, Lord, Allah. I thought you called me. Well, you can't be Allah. Why not? You're not what I said. Nobody chose Allah being like that. Allah's not a man. Well, why you calling him? When have you ever heard a spirit come and answer your need? So if you call him, why you calling him? If he's not a man, why you calling him? If you call him for Jesus Christ, where is he? I have a question for you all. Which holy man, sinful man, good man, big man, little man, short man, person, has anything that's including Master Farad Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Silas, Wallace, the preachers, Jesse Jackson, Muhammad Ali, you name them. Which of them has a plan for you? Where is the workable plan that Master Farad Muhammad has for you? Where is it? Where is the workable plan that Elijah has for you? Where is it? Jesse Jackson can go over into Kuwait, and where's the other places they're looking for him? Pakistan, and free up the people? Or where's the plan for you? You think about it. Out of all the people, Jesus Christ, he's coming back in the cloud. Where is your plan? Where's the plan he got for you? You see? So you go to church, you sing about him, you dance about him, you read scripture about him, and all that. However, where is the plan? Can't answer. Because it ain't none. The God himself said, I'll come and get them. You think about it. Out of all the people, Jesus Christ, he's coming back in the cloud. Where is your plan? Where's the plan he got for you? You see? So you go to church, you sing about him, you dance about him, you read scripture about him, and all that. However, where is the plan? Can't answer. Because it ain't none. The God himself said, I'll come and get them. I will bring them out with great substance. After you go first, Elijah. You must first go and make a way for me. He did. So I'm making I got it already set for you, and working is working. So all of the ones I named, not one seek me out. And everything they said they're going to do, I'm doing. Why haven't they seek me out? That's another question. Why? And they talk more about Allah than anybody else. They're lying. You know, Allah hates a liar. Are you listening? Well, if it's something that you don't like, that's been said, as it might, let me know where I was in error. If I'm truly in error, I got to receive. But since I thought about this, I'm working with this. Day in and day out. You all come sit for a couple hours at a meeting. When I leave from here, I'm going on down to Little Rock, Arkansas, having a meeting there. And from there, I'm going up to Boston. And from Boston, I'm going down to New Haven. From there, I'm going to Birmingham, then Montgomery. Every day. While all of the businesses are still in operation. From there, running out to California, Los Angeles, then on up to Sacramento. I don't fly. Have y'all gotten anything out of this? Well, if you didn't, this is what you should have gotten. That there is something set up for you. But you have to take it for yourself. I'm not going to force you. And Kansas is small now. If nobody else comes, it'll remain small. So when you do come, there'll be no room for you. So you may as well stay where you are. Die quicker. If I'm driving everybody from the outside in, and you stay on the outside, what do you think will happen? So if you don't come now, make a way. Or if you don't participate, if you don't send us some kind of contact to help the business go better. If you don't send us charity to help it go better, then we don't have no record where you stored up anything in heaven for you. So when you physically show up to heaven, we have to say, well, look, we can't find you on the book. I'm sorry. You have to stay there with the wife and with your other dumb brother. So you get to die later, as opposed to if you didn't leave, you would have died quicker. So you got a choice. I'm being human, but it's factual. It's factual. Somebody got another? Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, I don't doubt that you're a good speaker or anything like that, and that you don't have knowledge of the teachings, but I thought, like, do you have any doubt in your mind that, like, one day another man will come that will prove you wrong and not be Allah? Or somebody else coming to say that there's a supreme being, like, in a later time?
But they already said it now. In other words, they don't have to wait until it comes later. You got the people that are doing it right now. However, they're the same. They're not doing what I'm doing. So it's not like a challenge to me where I have to go and put them in their place or straighten them out or do anything. If they're not him, I don't have to do nothing. What they are doing or the lack of what they're doing is going to show them. In other words, there is no coming after me. There ain't no coming after me. If there's such a thing as after me, everything's going to be done in such a way where you don't talk about no God. You don't need to talk about it. Everybody's doing right, so why you don't need for it. You can't get past, man. You can't get past it. That's why I say I'm no respecter of a person. So if the white man comes, he want to be with it, fine. I just know his limitations. Yours, you don't have one. Especially with this. If you start being what you're supposed to be, there is no limitation. You go on into creating. And as far as having room to create, end to space. I mean, there's no end to space.
So I was going to ask, like, so you feel that your existence is justified as being, like, the supreme being, like, the Lord of the world?
Yes, sir. Okay. However, the way you ask it is not what I see. It's what I am. And I don't use what I see to determine that I am that. The truth tells me, like I'm looking at you. If you're not a man or a male, you are in a good disguise. So the truth is telling me you're a male, not a female. So the same exactness of the truth is also telling me that I am that I am. And I have no problem bringing into existence anything and everything that it takes to make sure that you be God. Because it's lonely being God by yourself. It is. It's lonely being God by yourself. I have a wife. I have children. But a wife is not God. She's my wife. I want to talk to a God. He come and tell me, hey God, what's up? Hey, did you check this out over here on the east side of town? Oh no, what's that? Hold on and take a look at what I'm doing. So what you doing? You ain't got something set up on me. Oh no, go over and look at it. I go look at it. Oh man, yeah. You go back to, hey, you need anything else? You need anything else? No, I don't need none today, but next week you're going into something I probably need a little help on. Make sure you call me. I got some dumb brothers over there I want to wise them up. I'll be sending them over there to you. You see? In other words, that's the happy part. Because you get to see. Look at this. Everybody look. Oh, everybody's looking at this way, right? Is that true? Everybody's looking this way. You don't see what's behind you. I see what's behind me. I don't see with my eyes what's behind me, but I know everything behind me is all right because I'm looking at you. I don't see no fear in you as to any danger behind you. Okay? So now, if you're going to be who you're supposed to be, God, a live God, then I'm in good hands because we watching each other's back. If you're facing me and you God, and I'm facing you and I'm God, well, there's some good times you're having. You see, I don't have to worry what's behind me. And see, if we must have a hospital, we'd have a hospital, and when our parents go to it, ain't nobody gonna steal from it. Matter of fact, they ask, what you doing in here? Didn't you know how to take the herb? Well, no. Well, let me fix you up real quick now, and look, write this down. We'll give you a certain supply. You go home and take that. Now, if you don't take it, we come in and grab it because we want to see you live. You understand? You got a perfect opportunity to see God as He really is at this level. I'm at a baby level because I want to save you. If I didn't care about you, I would come in my full. It would be just like the sun at high noon. You can't even look at it. You can only look at what it shines on, but you can't look at it. So I'm coming up. It's like the sunrise, like the rest of the city. You're witnessing the setting of one sun and the rising of another. And this will be the one, the powerful sun of truth that I produce in this part of the earth. You look at it. So my grandson was telling me just before I came here, into the room, he said, Father, I saw a PSA that done when you first got started. You look younger now than you did then. And that's been 6 or 7, 8 years ago. I got to be the example. I remember when I first started off, it was so much hell. I had a whole bunch of records caught my feet trying to make this black man, just get the family right. Finally got him started kicking. He was skipping on a few strokes. They got in harmony and the wrinkles started. Suppose I'd already been full power. I wouldn't have no toleration for that. The same as the scientists do now. They know you are, but they don't come and say nothing to you because they can't stand you. Because you're going to say something stupid to them and try to make them believe you got some knowledge. Hey, look at this. Forget this. Let the little God go. He's young. Let him do it. Am I making sense? Because this is what's happening. But I don't stay young. I don't stay small. And I'm not going to stay toothless. So all y'all that laughing now, I'm going to wait. When I get mine, I'm going to look at you. Yes, sir. That was it? Well, before you leave, brother, There is no being on this planet or in the universe that is made up like me. I'm the only being that exists, period, that has no negative in his fleshly person. You might say, well, that's impossible. Ain't God supposed to do impossible things? I mean, you read it home, it's impossible. You ought to deal with difficult. I deal with the impossible. I'm the only thing. So this makes me the all in all. This is why I can say I'm not begotten, because I don't have nothing that can get me. No negative. So it can't never get me. And I can't never give it anything because we're opposed to each other. Negative is always chasing positive. So if one comes with no negative period, it makes me one of a kind. All positive. And is there anyone in here that can measure the power of all positive? Can't be done, can it? Wine glass, get a good look at that. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Welcome to now.
I'd just like to ask you about, you said that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was back. Can you explain that to me, please?
Yes, sir. The messenger made up. He performed his duty so well that we promised him that he would be able to come back to see the fullness of what he had produced. The same as his son Wallace. His son Wallace is the reincarnation, if you want to say, of Yaqub. So we allow him to come back to see the finality of what he made. However, Elijah suffered every day for 40 years. The book calls him a daily sacrifice. So why shouldn't he be brought back to physically see what came of his work? And he himself broke down and said, well, when Allah comes, after me comes Allah. After him, not before him. After me comes Allah. And if it pleases Allah, I may be with him. He didn't say, if it pleases me, talking about him. He said, if it pleases Allah. So he, in fact, could say, I don't want to come back. But if it pleases me, you got to come. So I brought him back so he could see. Plus, there's 144,000 that I promised that I was going to issue him. 144,000. And when they leave to go to their heaven, they have to go with him, not go find him. So why not bring him back and let him watch me in the same action he was in? However, I'm giving knowledge and understanding, not a message. So you see, he fits the description of the Bible in Revelation 21. Or is it 21? No, it's 13 of it. 12 or 13, where the woman was standing on the moon, clothed in the sun. That's me. 12 stars in Revelation, 12 major signs. Standing on the moon. Yes, sir. So I brought it back.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. Thank you.
Yes,
Assalamu alaikum.
I don't know if that's very important to you. However, it's important to me. The fact is, if he never showed up, that does not negate what I have to do. His being brought back is for my pleasure. That's why I say, if it pleases Allah, not if it pleases the people. If it pleases Allah, I will be back with him, so it pleases me. Don't have to please nobody else. So I bring him back, it pleases me, and I don't have to share him with no one else. I do have to protect him. Now, I first brought him back and stood him up, he wanted to talk a whole bunch of dumb stuff. Got him went 40 years with that, so why should he do it again? And you start back, that's like talking to my wife dirty in front of my face, to my wife. I mean, we're going to have to throw down. You see? And you ain't going to win. Kind of like the deck is stacked against you. So it's for my pleasure. Yes, sir. He's most certainly back. Oh, you had something, brother? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Father. Is the ones who go with the messenger for the 20 years and learn the knowledge 150 years in advance, when they come back after the 20 years, do they have anything to do with our development as far as being God, or is it just from the standpoint of giving the direction and purpose of what needs to be done?
that they won't do any teaching to us because what we will be doing, we have a knowledge that far supersedes that. Far supersedes it. However, we don't suppose to have this. You know, it's like you're a child in your parents' home. They say, clean up the home, boy. And you clean it up. You better be clean by the time I get back. When the parent come back, you got the house all clean, shine, silver, whatnot, but why you do it? You also study. You wasn't cleaning up from repetition of what you saw them do. Because the 144,000 is not going to see what they see me doing with you all. You see? And ain't that you there by yourself. You clean up the house under the instruction and guidance and teaching of the supreme being that sent them to my house. So it's no way they're going to come back and I'm allowed them to have a few years up on you in knowledge. Can't happen. Can't happen. And here's another thing. This planet here is physical. So what they come back to rule is going to be the physical. The ones that is directly with me are spiritual. We rule with them. That's why I say God of the universe. Who is the original man? Asiatic black man. The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet, and the God of the universe. So since you with me, we have, and I'm going to be sharing the universal knowledge with you so that we can also go to other things, other places, other galaxies. Either we go in the physical or go from our own entity and share. Because I want to see everything beautiful. Not just some things, everything. Every planet, every life form that's got to represent this. Got to represent the Allah, me. So the one that's in with the messenger or the new king is not going to be where they have more knowledge than what we're operating with. Is that answer the question? Yes, sir. Is that it?
First, I have to spark a little more nicely in the mind. Why did Solomon run with all the water?
Why did he do what?
Why did Solomon in the Bible have all the water, all the women running with all the water?
I mean, why did Solomon have all them wives? Because the woman automatically gravitates to power. And knowledge is power, not might. This is very little. But this, you can't. So when the sisters see that, because they see stability, because they can't support themselves just by being a liquid. You know, even when it changes from liquid to gas, you cloud. Something still got to support it. It's called gravity. It just can't support itself. So when they see a black man, and they see he got the knowledge, they automatically know, that's the man. As long as I'm with him, I don't never have to worry about being supported. I don't never have to worry about being protected. So, Father, may I be a wife? Hold on, I see the brother's wife. I don't want no brother. I want a God. Oh, I'm making them. Can't you hold on for a few days? I'll try, Father. I got my eye on you. See that? But, I just this morning, we let the sister know, I'm not your husband. I mean, I try to send you one, but I'm not your husband. But Father, as long as you're around, I just didn't see any other brother. I thought to myself, maybe I better make myself again. You see? I see you, but the sister don't see you because you don't see yourself. You walk around thinking that Mac Daddy and all that kind of stuff. That's a bunch of foolishness. Pants down, look like start pulling your pants up now, but now you're coming with all the dreadlocks and the long. Hey, please. That's so outdated. I mean, that's extremely childish. No woman wants a child. If they're gonna do that, they'll have one. I'm talking to you straight up because I'm God. I know what they want. I'm producing it, and I'm not gonna make you be a man. However, I'm making all the opportunities you want to be. You're gonna be it. You're going into the schools, and they're not teaching you nothing. Especially if you're gonna go to these colleges, they ain't gonna teach you nothing but how to be a slave. Nothing. And everything that they teach you, I don't care if it's scientific. When you go to use it with what I'm bringing up, you're going to find out it is completely backwards. It ain't going to work. Because what was right for wrong can't be right for right. If it was right for wrong, I got to change it when you come on this side. So it'll be, so change that, it's right has to be for right. Not what was right for wrong, come in and it'll be right for right. It don't work that way. So you're learning a dying knowledge. It'd be better if you don't go to school at all. You're learning a dying knowledge. And the people that's teaching you are doing it for money, not to love, because you're so savage. They can't love you. And they want you to come to school. If you don't come to school, they send the truant off. How come you didn't come to school? You should ask them, well, why are you so interested? If they'll answer you, they'll tell you, because every time you're absent, we don't get the money for the school. It's all about money. It ain't about you. It's not about you. I'm the only person. Yes, yes,
Father, why is the ear on the outside of the head? The ear.
Because it collects whatever thing that is not supposed to go in. It makes it go into a circle. And in the circle, it creates a, what you call it, centrifugal force or centrifugal force. Not centrifugal force, is that right? Centrifugal brings in. Well, ain't it? It brings in the force like that. It collects the dirt. So if it was nothing there, the dirt would go in before it would be trapped. You see? And then also, it's on the outside. So whatever is wrong with you, if you know how to work the ear, even if you're going to make love, it's mighty effective. If you want to be healed, some things, what the ear represents every organ in your body. So that's why it's on the outside. It's easy and it's accessible. Does many things. However, it keeps the dirt. What's on the outside is supposed to there, it keeps it out. And then you have the earwax, especially if you listen to that normal music. You have a bunch of earwax there. And they don't let nothing in that's not supposed to be there.
Yes, sir, Father. Thank you. And I love you.
Love you too. Well, I guess this will be the last question. It's 10:47. Oh, no, 9:47.
So much, Father.
Well, it is not.
I was wondering if this is the right time to ask you about this particular city and state, Louisville, Kentucky, to share some knowledge on it to the place and as well as the order to pick up from this place.
Is it the right time that they want to hit you over here? Now see you get arrested. Louisville, Kentucky. This area itself is an area that has been mostly dominated by demons. Yes, sir. If you are of the mind of negative, this is a good place. Works real well. However, it's time that comes to an end. So the vibe now is that we know you're here, talking about me. And we're going to have to give way. However, before we do that, we're leaving a residue on everybody that would want to be right. Like where you was like in a slumber. You ain't sleeping, you ain't woken. However, the good part about that is you will wake. It's the same thing as why this state is called Kentucky. It had, or was the place where all of the wealth of what the black man had produced in this country, this is where it was kept. That's why it's called Kentucky. It means cankered and tucked away. The gold was kept in Fort Knox so long that it started cankering. They had it tucked away, so we called it Kentucky. Much like the thinking of the black man here, to these demons that has been here for some while, made you take away your thought of righteousness and tuck it away until you become cankered. And the God himself, nobody but God himself, God himself, will come and break the spell. And the demons, the head demon, was extremely upset when I showed up. And I showed up from an invite, because I've always invited, even if I have to do it in unseen, make them invite me. Oh, Lord, will you help me? You didn't call on me until you church, but you invited me now. Just let me know how God works. So when I showed up to begin collecting that which would be right, and that has a thorough knowledge of the demonic force here, I was met with the head team. At least I said for a minute, maybe I get to have a real good battle here, I ain't got no battle scars. I made a few scars so I can show people. I went to this person's house. He came. Matter of fact, he had a little thing going on. Him and his demons weak. So he said, well, look, I want you to meet me at so-and-so house at so-and-so time. I said, I'll be there. So I called some people, look, be at so-and-so place at so-and-so time. I want you to see something. They said, okay, we'll be there. When I got there, 3 or 4 people were already there, waiting. The ones that I had. I said, man, I wonder where he is. They all came up at the same time. 4 or 5 different cars. I said, man, they must have stepped around the corner and then all came at the same time. This is true what I'm telling you. So the people that I invited were sitting there with a smile. And once he invited, they came in and sat down and looked at me like, boy, you ready for it now? I said to myself, that's why. We got off into it. So the brother got real indignant. So I said, hold up. You're going on to another path now. You say you're going to talk about so and so and so. No, I said, okay. All y'all hold on for a minute. We're going up into Louisville because I knew they wasn't going to understand. Hold on, everybody. Freeze right where you are. Me and him go up into Louisville. He was 10 seconds. Oh boy, couldn't breathe. We had a good time. Oh, my wife was there watching. She was the only one that I let stay. Wait. She's over there having a good time. Cracking up. When I finished with him and brought him back down, he got his coat and book. And everybody that was with him looked around and they came out of it. Where'd he go? Oh, he had to leave. That was the head man. And ever since then, because of my wife, I have not put anything too tremendous on this place. Because she got some teeth. One day, maybe they'll wake up and see. But it's so personal, as though they think that they know. Or so, personal, being personal don't get you nowhere but just personal. I got my personal pants on. You can't get in it with me, because I'm in it. But if I'm making pants, I got a pants factory, I can give you a pair. But if you're going to be personal, you can't get nothing. You close yourself up, you don't get nothing. So we sitting there looking at you. And we're counting the time. Well, a couple years passed, a couple more. 3 years passed, a couple more. This year's passed. So if that answers your question, this is what Kentucky means, what Louisville is. I call it law school. I said law. It ain't much better than Los Angeles. And the ones that are here, the children of my wife, all they got to do is come alive. They be surprised. But because of being taught personalism, you think that that's what you're supposed to do. Pardon my language, but that's backwards. That's backwards. If you're going to be a real judge, you got to judge from what is. What is. Not what you lack it to be. What you lack don't mean tiddly with. Because you came into a world that was already in existence, already in operation. So you come in it and think it's supposed to serve you? Oh, hell no. You got to come and find your place so you can serve the system of it. And don't tell me you don't do that with white folks. You might be off to work tomorrow because you're more excited, because they let you off. So you serving it. You see? But since, since I'm a bad man, I can wait. Like I told him a minute, you get so sure of you ain't God. I said, that's too quick. But take another look. Well, I'm looking and I don't see anything. I said, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. And see how long it takes. You can stand up and just wait. you are not designed to carry. But the weight of the character of his being has already been assassinated, shot his own self, and goes to death. In other words, he killed his own character. Kill me. But if he was all that great, you wouldn't be here. If he was all that great, you wouldn't be talking to white folks. You wouldn't be talking to white folks. When I do talk to them, it'd be a completely different situation and conversation. Completely. They're going to say, yes, you're the man. I'm telling you what I know because it's true. I can say it because it's true. And they're not going to ask me like you did. Are you saying you Allah? They're going to say, I know you Allah. Can I have a little mercy? Or I'm going to have to check my bank and see if I ran out of mercy or not. You'd be surprised. The lesson says about 3 million of them. I'm going to say, why would I do that? If I save them, where am I going to put them in? Can't put them with you. So see, I said I'm not going to take them here. So where they going? But this personalism, once this wicked minister is so hung up on him, they don't know nothing about Allah. They don't know nothing about Allah. I have a beautiful wife that comes from this area here. Everybody that she comes in contact with, love her. Other children want to be around her as though she's their mother. And I make sure she represents me very well in the way of how she presents herself. From the outward appearance, everything is perfect. But it didn't come from her. And one of those 10,000 angels I was telling you about took her and prepared her before I actually went and got her. Prepared her for this. To show their love to me, to make sure I don't have no wife that's going to hang me up. And to show me that she's really for this. Her own children, she would not deny this for them. She would not deny this, not me. But she didn't know me. She only knew what I was speaking was absolute. So if I got to give it up like they asked, what would you give to see this day? I will give all that I have. I will give my children. And all within my power to see this day. She gave it. And she will see this day. You see? So if the children don't want to be with her, hey, I'm sterile. I am not sterile. And this is no indictment against them. However, the one thing that does incite me is the persistence of ignorance. Because it does not allow me to share anything with you. If I'm going to share something with you and it's going to be something that is worthy or powerful, you're going to take it and use it against me. So now I got to show you, well, I gave you some power, but I didn't give you all. I got more than you. Now I got to hurt you. So to stop the process, I don't give it at all. I just look. Just wait. After everything that's being done, everything that's being said, all the letters that's being written, all the phone calls that's been talked about, and you're telling me that you're still so backwards in your thinking, you can't see nothing? Please. And the persons that taught you to be this way, where are they? What support system do they have for you or anyone else? Someone else or something else is supporting them. Ain't nobody supporting me. I'm independent. Did you hear what I said? I'm not supported by you. And he said, well, Father, I give towards the building in heaven. That's the heaven. You building that for you. I'm not going to stay here. I'll call one of the little kids and be gone. Man, I'm God. And all that I am is for you. It is a necessity for you. It makes me happy when I see people actually accept it for what it is. Not what they want it to be. Because you don't have enough knowledge to know what you should want. That's why they call the children of God. Not the adults of God, the children of God. And I don't care if you like your brother say 80-something years old. If he comes in, he got to come as a baby. Still a children of God or a child of God. Because if I hadn't taught you, you ain't been taught. You've been had a message to make you aware of some things. However, you have not been taught. Once I teach you, then it takes you out of childhood, puts you in man, and then you start doing it, getting involved in it, whatnot, brings you on to God. You got it? You tired? That's it. Well, I appreciate you all. I think Brother Andre invited us here, made it possible for us to be here. I certainly appreciate that. I most certainly will keep him in my thoughts. Make sure if there's anything good to come his way, I'm induced to make sure it arrives. So thank you. Those of you that came out prior or whatever, thank you for coming. I bring it before you now. You know, I have a twin. I'm saying this here in Louisville, so most of the time I don't present it, but I have a twin. It's got to be a feeling about too. A Miss is Miss It. She's not Miss It anymore. She's the It. I'm the It that she's Miss. Miss is a lot. Would you come up? So that, you know, the sister can say, well, Father, I would have been with you if it was a sister talking to me. See? I don't look that good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She will convey some things over to you that it would be good for you. Seek out what I'm doing. And don't feel in your mind and in your heart that you're always going to see me this way. I have people dreaming about me now. That's like I told myself.